Okay. Hey, go
Hi,
ahead.
we are on this journey again. Welcome to Taking the Journey Together. We are glad to be back again this week. I am Zare or Sharon, and I am here with my very handsome and wonderful husband, Imar or Craig, and we are taking the journey together.
Yes, we are. Got a new look today. Got a new look. We decided to change our background, make it a little bit more
Love
sensual,
it.
have a little bit more flavor to it. We're going to get the music kind of better together soon. Look around in the corner.
Yeah.
But we certainly will. But at the same time, we're hoping that you'll get a better feel that your relationship should just to not be about ones and twos, paying the bills and coming home and having that Cialis moments where you're 5 miles away from each other, looking at the sunshine, or sunset, or the moon, but you're not even looking at each other. No, we want to kind of change that.
Although
Hmm.
today we will be talking about paying the bill
Oh yeah,
of ones and
but
twos.
that's important.
Yes.
That's important. No doubt it's important. Yet it does not top that other part.
No, it
It
doesn't.
should not top. Definitely should not top. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and go through what we usually talk about when it comes to taking the journey?
Okay. Our belief statement is as follows.
Yes, problems.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother, your father, your children, or even what Jesus says. We are going to relate. At taking the journey together, we believe in relating in a balanced manner. Balanced relationships are the ones that are entered into as friends first and lovers second, but has both aspects in one part.
All right, all right. Oh, you said that so good. I'm thinking to myself, I'll make you my partner. No,
Really?
oh yeah, I think I'll make you my partner for
Ooh.
life. You know, we talked about before sometime in the past how words of endearment and positive affections are always good. And then we talked about how sometimes we should have our pet names for one another.
Affectionate.
Yes, exactly. All those things work to keep that energy connected in the relationship. Important when you're in a positive, balanced relationship, that connection to one another is important. And we're not talking about I'm in the same house, but I'm in another room. We're talking about that energy connection that in turn you want to create in the first place. And you want to keep it going so that in turn, yes, you believe, hey, I still have this connection.
Yes.
Most of us only remember that when we had kids and made those kind of connections. Then it was over with. Well, we're not just made to have connections just to have kids.
Yes.
We're made to have a connection that we would choose maybe to have for a lifetime, maybe longer than that.
Right.
But at least while you're in the connection, excuse me, in the relationship, you might also take advantage and make sure you have a good connection.
Absolutely.
Right?
Procreation connections
A loving
good,
connection,
but they're
a
not.
sensual connection, a romantic connection, a connection that some old folks or younger folks said it melts like butter.
Butter, baby.
There you go.
Butter, baby.
All right. So what do we have today? What do we have today? Look at that in the background. Someone asked us, what was this? Oh, there it is. What was this in the background right here? Oh, if you can't see it, then keep looking
It's
at it
us.
besides exactly in the
It's
background.
us.
Wow. Two people in love together. Or
Just kind of cuddling and snuggling
Mhm,
together.
mhm, definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Sometimes you got to do that. in a
You
relationship.
do. And you need to do it more often than not,
I would say
just
so.
to keep that connection. Oh, we have two comments. You want to grab those?
Oh,
and
I
see?
forgot. Give some shout outs. Whoa, shout out to good evening, Hazel. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Who else got a shout out to?
Really?
Yes, shout out to
I'm
Bailey.
glad you're watching. Love that, Dusty. You
Uh,
can't.
exactly. She said, hey, you said you're watching this twice. Once is good enough. That's all right. We'll take as many as we can. Who's
Twice
that?
is just as nice.
Tuning in and listening. All right. All
Thank
right.
you, Bernard.
Hey, listen. Sometime before, since we're having that whole new look, we're going through that transitional period and how we're putting our vibes out. We're going to have probably the next show different music in the background. But we're going to give you a chance to be able to actually win something. That's right, win something. And when you win something, because you'll be answering the question, then we're going to put up our cash app. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. We're going to get your cash app. No, we were going to put a cash app so you can send some cash to us, but we're going to have you put up your cash app and we're going to send some cash to you. That's right. We're going to send some cash, but you're going to have to be listening, and then you're going to have to be able to answer the question right, excuse me, because we want you now more to be involved than just listening to us talk. So that's all right. You talk to us.
Well, thank you.
You walk. Who else you got here?
But hold on. We
Okay.
also want you to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions or make comments.
Mhm.
Make it relevant to you also.
Hello to who is this?
Futhi.
You do better than me. Come on now.
Futhi.
Futhi.
I'm going to say that. Otherwise, but if it's wrong, I'm sorry.
Oh,
We're glad you're watching.
and
Adebayo
what's that? Chronicle? I think a lot of them from the
or have
Africa,
beautiful names.
or they
that-
do
Yes, they
in
have
other parts of the world.
created.
Love-
Yes. I love it.
Okay.
And thank you so much for that.
Well, someone's been waiting patiently in the background.
Very much
patiently in the background. She saw our set before anybody else, and she was so in love with our set. She said, "Come set this up at my place so I can do the same thing with my honey." But we're going to talk more about business. I said, "Okay." Anyway, she's in the background. We're going to bring her forward. Right? Hold on. We're going to have a thing for you. I can have you doing this thing. There's hardly no lights now.
Hey, it's something.
Woo!
I don't know.
Okay, let's bring her in. Here it comes right now. I'm gonna have to get a clap or a audience. What is it? Track. Go ahead, Sharon. Give it to us. Oh, Mad Flo.
Hello.
Yeah, was glad to see you, Mad. Hey, Mad Flo, can you hear the music? Is it not too loud?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, we love it. We
You
love
know,
it.
you guys always getting people in the mood, and they can't do anything right now and then. They got to wait until the show's over, man.
Oh, hey, it's getting so good. I had to turn on the fan because someone was getting warm. I'm not saying who it is. I'm really not saying who it is, but somebody was getting warm, so I turned the fan on. How you go?
All right, my two favorite people right here teaching us how to love each other. I love it.
Oh, my. Hey, we just talked to someone today, and they told us, Savannah, be prepared for Sharon and Craig Butts, because we just love their energy. We love what they're doing. And they told me that they're going to start working with us to start going to some of these neighborhood associations,
Yeah.
kind of talk to them about what we're trying to do, and then see if they can have us work at some of those community centers
That's a good idea.
and share our idea. Now, when we do that, we're never going to forget the people that help us out. So that means sometimes, Flo, you're going to have to come in. During the times we talk about finances, we're going to have you come in and cool them off just a little bit. Because finances are important. You know what they used to say when we first fell in love? You know, mom and dad said, you can't stay in bed all day. You got to work sometime. Got to pay the bills. and then when we got older, we paid the bills, forgot about the bedtime.
Yeah.
But we got to bring back that essential, that love, all that other good stuff, like syrup and like butter relationship. It's so important. It's just as important as everything else. But anyway, we know that you talked us last time, and I mean, you did talk us up about finances and how important they are. And we were talking about that as being what we call a short acronym SAVE. Strategically aligned visionary economics.
Yes.
Yes,
I like
yes,
that.
yes. Something that has everything to do with you making sure it's a holistic financial kind of agreement approach in your relationship where you mix it into your relationship, because it's just as important, right?
It is definitely very important. Although it's boring, you know, talking about money and talking about numbers is boring, but it's a necessity. It's
Isn't
something
it?
we all need.
Yes. Or you can just find a way to make it exciting. You know, say, okay, we're going to talk about money today.
Mhm.
So let's get in our favorite position and discuss money.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
I
And when you
like
think about something, you know, numbers are boring. Throw a
Mhm.
couple of numbers at you, and you tell me what you think about when you hear these numbers. 666. What do you think about
Most people like
Okay.
me, I'm scared.
777? What do you think about?
I'm
Minute.
seven come 11, go to heaven.
Okay. 69. What comes on your mind?
Hey, I'm telling Julius, because this is a family fun program.
Well, you know, when you say that, what
Shout
comes
out.
to my
Yes, of course.
mind
David
is
Hall said yes.
Numbers. We're talking about numbers.
when you say that, what comes to my mind is hot,
Oh, love
honest,
this show.
open, and transparent.
Shout out to you, Luis. Thank you.
So
Okay.
we work with numbers all day long. But like you said, it's
Listen,
boring. But how do you make what we talk about? I love the way you guys said it. Let's just find a cozy place and let's talk about these bills. Let's make it exciting. Let's talk about our future. Let's plan for our future, our financial future. We plan for everything else. We need to make sure we plan for our financial future.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that. I love that. You
And
know
I
what?
like how you guys broke it down for your audience.
You know what Sharon did yesterday or the day before that? She, after having a hard day, both of us having a hard day, and we were kind of just out of it, Sharon said, we need to go talk about some things that are important. I think it's time to do with some number stuff that we're trying to get prepared for the cruise, which we'll be talking about later on. And basically financial stuff. I'm like, we just could do this home. She said, no, every week we're trying to at least do one date. So she said, let's go out. I'm gonna take you on a date. So what a way uniquely to do these numbers things when you're out on a date and a dinner. And we went to a nice place too, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
What's a good way, a fun way? Like you say, you just went out to dinner, went out to lunch, right?
Yeah,
How
you
about-
know, it was
We
dinner.
went out to dinner.
Yeah.
Went out to dinner. All right, when you think about it, you're going out to dinner, you're taking your wife out to dinner. Who always pays for that dinner? Basically, who?
Well, for us, we do, because it comes from the account that we share.
Okay, and you're not the typical people as everyone else. Usually the man's going to pay for it. So your mindset is with sharing everything. Even when it comes down to finances, you got it together. But the high population, the other population, do they think that way? They always expect the man to play it, to pay it. So why don't you just take and flip it?
Yeah,
Say Dutch, or you treat your husband, or you treat your spouse, the other person. Don't rely on that one person to take care of everything. So you guys do this because you know that needs to be done in order to build a strong relationship. You build a strong financial relationship at the same time.
yeah,
But the
and
American population don't do that.
when you make that statement, that brought to mind almost every time a waiter or waitress brings the check, they put it next to him.
Yes.
Automatically, they put it next to him, and then they look surprised when I reach over and take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, one time, Florence, it got so serious about this. So serious. The waitress, it was a young lady. She looked at Sharon in such a way of, how dare you? And I almost saw her hand go out and grab that receipt and put it back over by me. Sometimes Sharon and I play when we're out. We just would play a little bit. When it came time to pay, to come to me, I'll look at the waitress or the waitress, just look at him, then look at him again, and he's like, or she's like, and she goes, I'll take it, don't worry about it. So we like to play with people sometimes. That happens.
And it's something I like to do with my husband, because he doesn't like to travel. I'm the traveler. He does not like to travel. But in order to get him to, let's say, enjoy what I do, I'll take him do this. I'll just take him right here in Savannah, just take him, reserve a room at one of the nicest hotels. He is getting off from work. I'm going to flip the bill. I'm going to pay the bill for everything. And it just totally shocks him when I do this. So, I'll get off from work Friday. We don't have to do anything Saturday. Just go to a nice hotel. Spend your own money. Don't depend on your husband to spend the money. Or if the wife is always paying it, let the husband take care of it. But that builds a good relationship with me and my husband, because he doesn't like to travel. So in order for me to get him out, I'll surprise him like that. And just give him opportunity just to lounge around and just enjoy himself, do what he like to do, just being relaxed. And I'm footing the bill. Everything.
All right, husbands. That meant you can't call Florence. She's already got a husband. You can't say, Florence, come help me. I need someone like you. Oh, no, you can't do that. He's
Unless you
already
need
taken.
financial advice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she can help you out, need some financial advice. And she might throw that in and maybe, dude, if she's talking to her and it's going to help out the finances of the household, she might say, okay, I like that. Let's get this done. I'll do it.
So go ahead.
Like I say, finance is a boring subject. It is. We always talk about that when we do our workshops. You know, how really no one wants to talk about their finances. And one reason they don't want to talk about their finances, especially if they're meeting someone for the first time like me, basically wanted to educate them. But we have to get to the nitty-gritty. We have to get real personal with them. I can't help them if they're not going to share, their finances with me, what their budget, what they're spending money on, how much income they have coming in, how much going out. If they
Someone
can't
agrees with
share
you.
information, I can't help them. But I get to the point where I build a relationship with people first. I have to build that trust. They have to trust me in order to give me the information I need in order to help them.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
amazing after we've done this and they see, man, I wish I'd met you 10 years ago or 15 years ago. I wish I knew this information then. And I want to keep people from having to say that. I wish I knew this information 5 years ago or when I was younger, because it was not shared.
So where were you this weekend? The reason why I asked you that is because people were out on the lurch looking for you. And I popped up and saw you come up through the algorithms, whatever they call it on Facebook. You look like you were at a store standing with somebody. What the heck was that all about? Are you out on the street? Is he putting you out on the street to make money? Man, what's going on? I'm concerned. I'm going to have to come talk to that brother. What's going on?
Oh, he'll never throw me out this street. I can guarantee that. But he'll carry me out there, gently put me down, but he's not going to throw me out there. No, I went to a couple of events this weekend. One was the Mayor's Breakfast. It was awesome. The Mayor's Breakfast, it was a small business forum that they had, and be able to, if you own a business, be part of the Chamber of Commerce that they have. You know, be a part of that because they have so much great information to share when it comes to understanding your business, what you need to do to start your business. And also being able to network with different people. Like I was able to network with so many great leaders at the breakfast. And that was at the In Market. And then the next day I went to Armstrong and they had another breakfast. So I kind of follow the food. You notice that, right?
Yeah,
I love
okay.
food.
That's a good
But
idea.
this weekend, I just networked and got a lot of, met a lot of new different people and people that can help me because I found someone who does loans, and I prefer to sit down with someone who I can build a relationship with than to do it over the telephone. So I met someone and I'm giving her business and she's giving me business.
Yeah, that's old school. That face-to-face thing, old school. You know, the how can I say it? The new way of doing it with a lot of younger folks, 35 and under. I guess that's what they call younger folks. And they could be any other culture, by the way. But when it comes to doing business now, it is definitely virtual. Every day I'm getting email about, being able to make your own PDFs, your own ebooks, put together your own AI learning. I mean, I can go on and on. I'm inundated with all those emails, all thank you every day. But all of them have a link of come to our what?
Podcast.
Come to our
website.
I just was talking about the first time. Come to our virtual meeting. And they put a link out. So, I mean, that's what they're pushing right now. Yes. And I still like the old school face-to-face like you do.
Oh, I do too.
I like old school talking on the phone. I prefer you to call me than to text me.
Yeah.
And I don't care what time of day or time of night you call me, I'm going to answer the phone and I'm going to always sound excited. You can call me 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm answering the phone. I'm not going to say, hello. I'm going to say, oh, hello.
Hold on for a second. You mean hubby don't say, what you doing on that phone 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm just leave that one alone.
That's like that commercial
The,
where the man is sitting on the phone in the middle of the night
mhm.
talking to
That
Jake from
They-
State
State
Farm,
Farm, we're
and she says,
on.
"Who are you talking to?" And then she goes, "Okay, so what are you wearing?" And he says, "Khakis and a red shirt."
Mhm.
And she, it's just the funniest thing because it's late at night, it's in the middle of the night, and she just knows her husband has snuck down to the phone to make a call to his girlfriend, and he's trying to get insurance for the family.
Exactly.
Okay, Jake, this State Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before Jake got to move to the forefront in front of the camera.
Mhm.
And now he's one of the main kind of characters when
Yeah.
it comes to State Farm for a long time. He's doing a good job at selling State Farm. Hey, how about we one time do something joking, that's sensual too, but kind of provocative? Where one time, if you're asleep or I'm asleep, we head to the bathroom and get on the phone and call each other and say, "Hey, what you doing?
Wait,
Hey, how you doing? I'm not tired.
it'd be
Listen,
better if you
Oh, really? Anybody home right now? I can stop by.
come
So,
on, baby, come on.
so we can, it's called role model play.
Role
And
play.
sometimes role play, thank you. Sometimes we need a role play in our relationships. They
Yeah.
kind of
Oh, that's
lighten up and make it. What was you say? I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, I said that's true. Role playing, really builds a great relationship. You
Yeah.
don't
So-
have to be yourself all the time being someone else. Role playing, it's been playing a big part in relationships for many years.
So in your situation, it could be somebody's the banker and somebody needs a loan.
Oh yeah.
So he can come in. He can
Well,
come in like
let me educate you. Come on and let me educate you. Let me give you some knowledge, some financial knowledge.
okay. Let him come in like an old farmer, a Gully Geechee farmer, and you helping him out because he needs some money for his farm.
I love you guys. I'm telling you.
You said, how many chickens do you need? That's
Yeah.
what you said. Oh, sucky. She done messed the whole thing up. That brother don't want no. You don't want no chicken. You want a couple of bulls and cows. You want, something.
Well, chickens give eggs, and
Oh,
they and that's a lot of money.
Okay.
So
okay,
yeah,
we can stop it now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Oh my
you can
goodness.
tell I didn't grow up on a farm.
No. So what are some key principles that we talked about before? We talked about aligning visionary economics. Remember we got into
Mhm.
that, and understanding those principles in the relationships as part of monies. Do you think those overall principles that we just got through talking about are key principles? Being aligned, visionary economics. Do those kind of things are important when sometimes you think about that? Well, that's something they teach you in college because in high school you don't get to learn about it, even checkbook 101 once in a while. So do you think those kind of things that most of the time people say, if I'm going to college and I'm studying to be an economics professor or whatever, that's the only time I'm worried about it, but that overall stuff I'm not even going to think about in my relationship?
Well, you have to think about this. Everybody's not going to have an opportunity to go to college. So they have to work on those basic principles, learning how to build a financial foundation. I always tell people, and especially parents, you can't teach what you don't know. So if you don't know and understand financial knowledge or financial literacy, how can you teach it to your children? And how can you learn to leave a legacy if you don't know how to leave a legacy? You have to learn to build a strong financial foundation. And once that foundation is built, you learn to pass it on from generation to generation. Everyone's not going to have an opportunity to go to college and learn economic stuff. They're going to have to learn it from the basics. And really, truly, it starts at home.
Wow.
It's
Someone
not
says,
taught in schools. It's not taught in schools. There's
No.
only 4 states, tell you the truth, that actually make it a requirement for the high school students to graduate with a curriculum in financial education. There's only 4 states. Unfortunately, Georgia is not one that makes it mandatory for all of their schools.
I would not be surprised. Why? I am not surprised Georgia, a place we might think about the history that did with slavery, where they would not want the majority of people not to have any kind of financial integrity or intelligence.
Yes.
I'm not surprised. So what's the number one state that you know? And by the way, we'll say shout out to Tamara, right? Shout out to Jan. Oh, wow, hello Jan. Shout out to Melissa Johnson again. Who else do we see? We kind of missed out. Wilson. Who's this? Shout out to Louise. Wow, a lot of people just came on board. Keep on coming on board. Got any questions? Make sure you say something. So anyway, what's a state that is there a number one state, or what's a close state by here that actually does do that? May I ask?
I know Tennessee was one. There's 4 states. I used to know all 4 states, but I don't remember all 4. But I know Tennessee is one that makes it mandatory. You have to graduate. You have to take the curriculum in order to graduate out of high school. You have to take that 4 hours. And if you don't take it, you're not getting out of high school. You have, just like they make mandatory, we take these tests before we exit out of high school. Mm-hmm. Part of the test is not in the financial industry. It does not talk about finances or understanding money. The basics, we have so many of our high school students getting out of high school, and what happens, they're 18 years old. The first solicitation you get when you're 18, what comes in your mail?
Credit card application.
And they take advantage, they think they're taking advantage, they open up an account. Oh my goodness, I've got $1,000. They go and max it out. Now they have to pay and don't know how to pay that money back, don't understand the interest rate, 29, 30%. But at the same time, you know what happens to those 18 years old by the time they get 21? They're in almost $50,000 of debt. Don't know how they got there. $50,000 of debt, a 21-year-old, just beginning to be legally able to drink. That's what will run you to drinking. So they kind of lined it up right, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And another thing that doesn't help is the fact that you have these parents who will give their kids a credit card, but they have no responsibility to it. And so, because the parents pay the bill, and so they don't understand that this just pay this buy is at an expense on the backside. And so giving your child a credit card without giving them lessons on how to use it, how to be frugal with it, how to be thrifty with it, how to, purchase wisely, it's not doing them any good. That's just like still giving them $5 and saying, oh, go have yourself a good time.
Yeah. And most of them, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Rule of 72.
No. You said the Rule of 72?
Rule of 72. Because you get these credit cards and you owe people, but how long, if you wanted to know, let's say if you got an interest rate, 10% interest rate, but you want to know how long it's going to take your money to double. So you got a company that gave you 10% interest, but you're putting your money in there, you have no idea how long it's going to take to double. All you do is take the number 72, divide it by that interest rate. That third number is going to be the number of years that it takes your money to double. Wow. Now, just think about the opposite. Someone who has a credit limit, not a credit limit, but interest rate of say 25% or 30%. Now, just think how the companies are really raking in that money if these people are just paying the minimum. Because if you take 72 divided by 25, that's a shorter period of time, which means that they're getting that money. The companies are really raking up because you're just paying the minimum, and it'll take you forever to pay that credit card off or any other interest-bearing account that you have.
Oh, that's just
to understand our numbers.
Yeah, but that's the capitalistic way. That's how you make money in the capitalist system. You have those fine-tuned little small letters you don't read, or you read it real fast. I did something you can't even do, but if you're not again. and that's just how that goes from that particular year. In fact, when you gave me and said that 72, whatever it was, I'm thinking
Rule of 72.
What about the Rule of 69? Every man and woman should think about the Rule of 69 once in a while.
It
I don't
helps
see how
build a
we
strong
can-
relationship. But people have to realize another thing. They have to realize this as well.
What's that?
No one cares about your money more than you. The banker doesn't, your employer doesn't, only you know and care about your money and what you're going to do with it. And what needs to happen is when you get paid, anybody out there, when you get your first check and you continue to get your checks, you should be taking 1 hour of your pay and paying yourself. I'm not saying use that money to go buy new shoes or anything like that. Pay yourself. Put that money into an interest-bearing account and let it sit and grow. Pay yourself first. I call this really pay your future self first, because 20, 30 years down the line, when you enjoy life and you're retired, you can definitely tell your future self, your past self, oh, thank you, Mad Flo, for setting me up with a life like this 30 years later.
I love
Because
that.
you learn to pay yourself first. IRS
Well,
is going to get their share, right? When
Yeah.
you get your paycheck, Uncle Sam has their share, and we learn to what? We learn to basically live off of what
Pay our
Uncle
taxes.
Sam leaves us. The next
Yeah.
thing
Still pay
you
our
do
taxes.
before
I'm
you
not
pay
going
your
to jail.
first bill, pay yourself, then learn to basically live off the whatever's left. But
Well,
you do it
I,
like
I,
a
I,
purpose.
I believe we should pay our taxes because I don't want to end up like Wesley Snipes, who didn't pay my taxes. Hey, but at that, we're going to take a little break. We got to make sure that our sponsors in our, I guess our sponsors,
Yes.
they get paid too. But Flo, you did want me to tell Julius, make sure that one day the hosts get paid. So I had to make sure I say that, just in case
Host
he's
and
listening.
hostess get paid.
Julius,
Hostesses.
Flo told us to tell you that. So if you got a problem, because we believe it too, we are all in favor of
Pay your host first.
that. There you go. That's
Pay
what
your host first.
there you go. Okay, so we're gonna go to a commercial real quick so everybody can cool off. Here we go. Coming too soon to your theater.
Exactly.
Yeah. If
Theater near
you
you.
want a
Date night.
like you saw in your city, in your town, in your country, hey, this is how you get a hold of us. Go ahead, Sherry.
Yes. TakingTheJourneyTogether.com. Our email address is ttjt@takingthejourney-together.com. On Facebook, you can find us at TTJ Together. And Instagram is instagram.com/takingthejtogether. Our phone number is 912-421-8862.
Oh, I thought I had it up there.
You did. It just went a little faster than I did.
And you can also find us where?
On WRUU
Mm-hmm.
107.5. On Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time for some of these people from another state, another city, another country.
Another place in time. We'll be there. So we're at WRUU 107.5.
Did I take you off?
AM. No, I was getting ready to say AM, FM, and I was like, all I know is 107.5. So.
Okay. We're also going to let you know that we also have a nonprofit organization called Unity and Community. We do a large event for the last 10 years in Savannah, Georgia, right on River Street.
Yes.
So we're always looking at people to come out on the third weekend of the month. And also, too, if you're ever excited or ever in town or ever want to become a vendor, we'd love to have you become a vendor. You can call 912-495-8838. Or you could always email us at unityinthecommunity@hotmail.com.
Yes, and if you are interested in having some coaching sessions, please let us know. You can contact us at any of the Taking the Journey sites that we put up there. Probably the easiest one or the best one would be the email address, or you can use the phone number 912-421-8862 and text us, and we will get back in contact with you and set something up.
Okay, let's bring her in. I was going to bring one more thing in, what we're doing. I'll find it in a minute, but let's bring her back in.
It's Mad
Flow. I thought you left and said, forget all this number stuff. I'm going to find my honey and take a break here. Then I'll come back.
I'm gonna go throw some numbers at it.
He usually comes over here after he gets off from work and bring me something to eat. He cooks for me every day. I have to put my order in. If he don't cook, he's just going to pick something up and bring it home to me.
Oh, isn't that something?
He knows that I don't cook for one thing. I love to eat, but I'm not a cooker. I know how to cook, but he's also not a handyman, so he doesn't do the handyman stuff. If I purchase anything need to put together, I put it together myself or hire somebody else. So we know about each other. So I don't cook, he don't handyman, and we got a great relationship.
Interesting. We would love to see this great handyman take that next step up above.
Oh, he's not a handyman.
Even since he's not, we want him to take the next step to be that cruise ship with my woman man.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have him come on our cruise.
Our relationship cruise.
Yes.
Where you set sail for a better relationship. And what better way to set sail for a better relationship than to sail around with Taking the Journey Together? Am I doing that good enough?
Yes. Go ahead, keep going.
Yes, we want you with us on the Carnival Sunrise, where we will have a grand old time. I don't
know about that word grand old time, but we have a good time. Best time.
It will be because when we have it'll be like our like an extended WOW workshop.
Exactly.
Where when we do the WOW workshops, they are generally WOW date nights. I'm sorry, they are generally just a couple of hours, a few hours. But this one will go on for days. The cruise will last for 5 days: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then Thursday we come back. And that's around Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving. So we leave Saturday evening and we come back Thursday morning. So you'll get back just in time to have some holiday plans, and so then you can stop off in Charleston because it leaves and it departs and returns at Charleston, and you can just plan to have your Thanksgiving celebration.
It's like a Thanksgiving celebration. You take money on a Thanksgiving celebration. You know you don't have to cook anything.
Exactly.
She don't have to cook anything because you know the boat is going to cook something just right for us.
Yes.
You get a chance to enjoy yourself with that honey too, making a way to redo, modify, or how could I say it? Put a spice of 69. A spice back in that relationship there. And at the same time, you get to learn some very good, beautiful skills that will be able to teach you. So you might be able to feel that comfortableness of sharing that account with one another and sharing other things without feeling uncomfortable too.
And in addition to that, just had a thought.
What's that?
Thank you, Mad Flo, for putting this one in my head right now. When you come back on Thursday, since we'll get back Thursday morning very early, plan to have a hotel room already set up. Leave the cruise, go straight to the hotel, and spend the rest of the day and the night and leave on maybe Friday or Saturday.
I like that already. I think I'm going to do that.
So extend that cruise and just, relax.
I love that. Put your phone here. QR code that gives you this link will take you right to a form that our travel agents put together. And then all you have to do is she'll get back with you with the email. You'll be going through the process of doing your first deposit. Got to get those deposits in by May to get things started.
May
make your payments.
I believe it is.
I think that's what it is. Hey, we also too got some first 6 couples who do the deposit. You're gonna get something special.
Yes, and we got a surprise for the very first one.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say what that is, but the very first person to book a room by putting the deposit down has an extra surprise. Yes.
All right. Hey, Miss Flo, it's your turn. I hope you help us out on getting some people there to our I'm going to say Mad Flo because maybe our next trip we need to take you with us.
Yes.
I never think about it. Our next trip we put this together. In fact, if you get us enough on this one, we might be able to see if we can get your room for free.
Ooh, well, that's tempting.
And make one of our nights because it's our show. Yes. We'll make one of our nights be your nights, and we'll do the same teaching like we talked about anyway. And so, hey, how's that? We're making that a offer right now.
Right here,
right now. Yeah, exactly.
Tantalizing.
It is. Yes.
That's what we like to do.
Yep.
Yes.
Tantalizing.
So tell us where we can get a hold of you two at the same time.
Hey, this is Mad Flo. I'm always available. I ain't gonna say 24/7, but I am available when you need me. You can reach me by landline on my cell, not landline, cell 912-272-2300. 912-272-2300. And if you want to email me, you can email me at madflotf@gmail.com. And like I say, I'm not going to say I'm available 24/7, but I'm always available when you need me. Mad Flo. I'm not crazy, you guys. Not at all.
All right.
Just love making a difference for life of others through financial literacy.
Yes.
You know, I did thought I heard her say before she was always available. I think we went on a custom break. I think.
You know we can hear him, right?
The other half said, "No, you're not."
There's the time for me.
He said, "They ain't gonna have no calls that early now." Wow.
But
what?
You know what time it is?
Nah, I know what time it is.
It's time for our question of the day, the new feature.
I can't wait till I get my tracks. We'll have a hand clap going right now. Someone is, but yes, what is it going to be about?
Let's see who is going to be the first one to win one of our cash prizes. And this is going to
coming through Cash App.
And it's going to go to the person who puts in chat the answer to the question that we're going to have.
And Miss Flo, you cannot be in this one. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry. When we went to the commercial, your husband called and said, "Don't let her in nothing. The last time she's gonna be on the show." No, I'm just joking. But it just wouldn't be fair. Really, it's not. Okay, go
No.
ahead.
So here is the question. If you were listening during the first half, then you should know the answer to this question. What is the acronym that we came up with for handling financial situations?
When it comes to connected to taking the journey,
What is the acronym that we came up with for handling financial situations when it comes to taking the journey together?
yeah. And if you are able to give the actual words for each one of the letter in the acronym, you'll get twice the gift.
Ooh,
But we'll pay you through Cash App, so you got to have a Cash App.
yes.
Okay, starting right now
And so we're going to continue
to the
on.
end of the show. We'll find out
Yeah.
for somebody.
Yep, until we sign off.
Yep.
And so that's how we do it.
All right.
So, and see, if you miss it this time, next week, you'll know to be listening closely and taking notes. Yeah.
This is a new thing that we're doing for taking the journey. It's like all of this ambience and going to be some more good music. It's all new. This is how we're doing it. From now on, you get a chance to be able to interact, and you may get some money out of it too at the same time.
Or some kind of freebie. And sometimes it may even be a free coaching session.
Or one of our books. I mean, we do have some books on relationship too at the same time,
Absolutely.
right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So
You just never know.
So Miss Flo, what us again about how can we get prepared when it comes to when we get older and we get a little bit more tireder and our bones a little bit shakier
Freakier.
and we have dentures in our teeth, so we have to not be able to do certain things with the mouths. What's some retirement things should we get prepared for?
There's some elderly people out there saying you don't know what you're talking about.
You know,
Hey, I know people can gum us, but just stop this not right now. That's wrong.
It's just one less thing to be in the way.
that's it. One last thing. Hey guys, you know what? When you're thinking about, he's talking about getting older and everything. What was 3? And I'm gonna ask you guys this. You tell me. What are the 3 sources of retirement that we rely on? What do you think those 3 are?
401k.
Everybody knows Social Security is the usual one everybody thinks about.
You say Social Security, 401k,
My mama.
or your children.
Another job.
Another job. No, the 3 things that we relied on for our retirement was pensions. Do the companies offer pensions anymore?
Yeah,
You're rarely going to find a company that offers pensions, because in order to fund a pension, the company has to fund it. They have to put all that money in there. Maybe about 90%, 10% is the employee contributing to that. So companies are not offering pensions. Pensions was used to basically, entice people to come work for this company. And it always works. Guaranteed to give them something to retire with. That is not a guarantee that most people are going to get a pension anymore. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I retired with a pension. Now, the other source is Social Security. But how reliable is Social Security now? It's estimated at, say, by 2035 that there's not going to be enough money in the Social Security.
But they've been saying that for years.
But let's let 2035 get here and let's see what happens, though. But Social Security really is not a reliable source anymore.
No, it's not.
The third leg is saving. You're saving. You have to save yourself. You have to start putting something away. You can't rely on those other 2. You have to start saving. So, that's what they call the 3-leg stool. And if two of those stools are rocky or cracking and can't hold up, your future is not very reliable. You're not going to
do that again with your finger. Was that the wrong finger you kept up?
The banker. What about the banker?
No.
I thought you said banker.
You were counting things on the finger with your fingers, and I think you left the wrong finger up, Miss. You can pay attention.
Only you saw that.
I was looking at you as you're counting down, and then you left the wrong finger left. I was like, oh, shoot.
I kind of saw that myself. I said, well, and only you saw that and brought it out.
If this happens, he's going to notice it and bring it to your attention.
If you're doing that out there in front of a whole bunch of folks in the crowd, you may think about some other folks who are going like, hey, what is this girl thinking about? She's throwing a finger at us in the crowd.
I did that in class the other day, and I was standing there, and I kept it like that, and I just kept hitting it with the other finger, and I was just talking, and the kids were just cracking up laughing, and I'm like,
and you didn't catch on.
I didn't for a minute, and then finally a student said something about it, and I'm like, okay, y'all need to stop. It was like, you won't let us use that finger, and I'm like, what? And I looked, and sure enough, I was pointing it right out to her.
Exactly. Wow. But you know what? In these relationships, if we can't get irreverent, what's the word? Irreverent sometimes, a little bit nasty, a little bit, off. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
What kind of relationship you got?
Exactly. One that's too serious.
And sometimes I think as guys need to think about a whole bunch of dollar bills. We know how to, you know what I'm saying? There's certain times we got to let it rain.
So do we.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't think Flo knows that. She's too old. She don't know what I'm talking about.
I'll take that. I'm not going to even say anything against that, because you know what? The alternative for getting old is 6 feet under. So I'm going to continue to get old.
Yeah. We were trying to give a hint that you're never too old to be bold in your relationship. You should never. Hey, I was going to actually put on, but I'm not going to do it because it's getting late. I was going to put on this video we saw, where actually it was out on the internet, we saw where this young man was interviewing these two older couples that have been married for 40-50 years, and he asked this older guy, he's all dressed, looked like he was dressed like a church guy, and his wife, she looked like she was church as can be, 60 maybe 70 years old. And the young guy asked, so you've been married for 50 years, so how and what was it that kept your marriage together? He turned around, took some chicken out of his mouth, put it on the table. He said, young man, it was because of her. What'd you say?
The kitty was good.
and the young man, he just hicked up and looked back at the camera, and he turned back around. He said, you said what?
And he repeated it.
It
was, and I mean, he was so matter of fact with it. It was just like he was saying, this piece of food is really good. He just,
he did not hesitate whatsoever.
He didn't miss a beat with that answer.
Exactly. So for those young folks, you may want to cover your ear because it started with a P. But
yeah.
Hey, see, that's great to hear, because that couple is comfortable with themselves.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Because the camera moved over to her, and she looked like end. Yeah. She looked like, and I'm telling you.
And he didn't say was.
I know.
He said is.
So if you looked at both of them, you could not read the book by its cover that would come out whatsoever at all. We thought it was so funny. It was just unbelievable. Okay, folks. We've had some good fun today. I hope you guys like our new scene. New flavor here. Next time we'll have some better music going on in the background too. We always enjoy when Flo comes, Mad Flo. She's always welcome to be with us. We hope she might consider, again, she saw the flyer with Senator, get us those who want to get on that nice cruise with us, enjoy themselves with us. We all get to know one another, enjoy ourselves, and learn some good stuff at the same time
Exactly.
help expand and make your relationship feel good and even better, and probably even end up even better than how we act. Because everybody acts different. Everybody relates differently, and you always could learn something new about your relationship if you're really trying to relate. Because relationship is all about trying to build and grow. It's not all about trying to stay the same. Because if that's the case, get out of the relationship. You don't need to have one.
Absolutely.
You want to have on this life that heaven on earth that you have a right to be able to have and enjoy yourself and create at the same time.
And while you're having heaven on earth, you can also have heaven in your relationship.
Exactly.
And so, you know, this is really good. And thank you so much, Mad Flow, for being with us again.
I enjoyed every time.
It was definitely fun. And thank you for those who were enjoying the fun banter between the three of us. It was really a nice show.
It does. It does. All right.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Find our flyer about the cruise on our Facebook page. Taking the Journey Together on Facebook. Find the flyer.
Oh, exactly. Too. Sorry, I have nobody that came up with the answer. Sorry, I came up with the answer. I'm gonna give the answer right now. You missed it, but next time, hopefully you can. And if you're not bots out there, you're going to be able to text back there. By the way, but the answer is save. Save. That's right. Strategically aligned visionary economics. That's what the answer would have been. If you gave it to us, we would ask for your cash app, and you could have got some money tonight. Maybe next time it might happen. Until next time, be ready.
Yes.
All right. Take care. God bless.
Take care.
I like that.